If everyone was able to see the joy that is inside my heart, I think we could have concluded that I no longer need to make any remarks. Because my happiness is a speech on its own. Mr. Ambassador, I want to apologize for speaking after my elders. Your Excellency, Mr. Toyosi Mosotho, I hope I pronounced that well. Ambassador of the Kingdom of Lesotho to the United States, Mr. Jim Ray, the founder and board chair of the Presidential Precinct, I recognize your presence. Madam Toyosi, President of the Presidential Precinct, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, and not forgetting my fellows. Today is a very happy day for all of us. On June 18th, we, 23 of us, fellows, arrived in Virginia, the home of Thomas Jefferson, a land known for revolution and relentless pursuit of liberty. I think all of us, I'm talking about the fellows, will go back telling a lot of stories about Jefferson. Because if there is a person that we heard more often about, whilst we were in the US, is Thomas Jefferson. And I am hoping that one of us will go and name their child after Thomas Jefferson. From the grounds of the University of Virginia to the red bricked walls of William and Mary, you welcomed change makers from across Africa. All of us with different accents, but the same heartbeat. We came to steer the soul of civic engagement with bold flavors of our diverse culture. And sadly, in 2 short days, we, the 23 fellows who leave Virginia transformed, our voices and leadership strengthened by knowledge, connection, and purpose. From the quiet mornings and the thunderous evenings to changed conversations in classrooms, we carry with us more than memories. We live with sharpened visions, forged alliances, and a deeper sense of what civic leadership demands. We carry not just lessons, but a mandate. And this mandate that we carry as we go back home is one, to build the nations we envision, to challenge injustice, to mobilize communities, and to be the voices for our people. Ladies and gentlemen, here is our promise to you as agents of a new and interdependent Africa. We've been in class for about 6 weeks, and I can assure you that we could not stay in class and go back without doing anything. We have learned, and we are going back as people that will be hardworking, people that are going to transform the communities in which we live, people that are going to lead with a vision, because that is exactly what we've been taught here. So as we go back, Jacqueline, Alex, Ibrahima, Nathan, and I will focus on mentorship, youth leadership, and education access. Solita, Isabel, and Nathaniel are going to work in public health, elderly care, strengthening health systems, and psychosocial support. Adna, Antoinette, Ona Lerona, Christy, and Blessings are going back to actively promote gender justice, ending gender-based violence and female genital mutilation, and supporting women's leadership and empowerment. Atu, Joseph, and Jabir will promote entrepreneurship, vocational training, agribusiness, and job creation. Mateo, Kajatu, Kazmiel, and Chinenye are going back to promote democratic governance, civic awareness, transparency, and policy advocacy. Emmanuel, Kunta, and Arlington are going back to focus on conflict resolution, human rights, peace building, and preservation of cultural heritage. These are things that we already do back home, but we are going to do even more, and you shall hear from us once we are back. And now to you, my fellow fellows. As we return home, we must remember that whilst we were here and before coming here, we were told that we were the best cohort that the Presidential Precinct has ever hosted. We heard this from time to time on the buses, in class, and wherever that we went, that this cohort, Mr. Ambassador, was actually the best that this institute has ever hosted. Thank you, thank you. Let that not just be a compliment, but a call to responsibility and action. Now is time to prove it. We must prove it. To lead louder, to save deeper, and collaborate harder than ever before. Carrying the future on our shoulders, and we're really carrying the future on our shoulders as vibrant young leaders. Let's take the knowledge, the passion, and the unity we've built here and turn it into the action our communities need. And may our successes make Jefferson and Mandela nod from the stars. And let Obama and Kaunda smile across Africa and the country. Viva youth, viva. Viva! Viva fellow, viva! Viva! Ladies and gentlemen, I will be failing in my duty if I fail to recognize the incredible and unforgettable work of various stakeholders who made this dream a reality for us. I stand before you, wrapped in gratitude, crowned in hope, and stirred by purpose. First, allow me to bow in reverence to the vision of a man who believed in the power of young voices, President Barack Obama. Through his dream, the Mandela Washington Fellowship was born, not as a program, but as a promise that Africa's future would not be written for us, but by us. So let's go back and write Africa's future. To the United States government and the Department of State, thank you for honoring that promise year after year. Your investment in young African leaders is not just diplomacy, it is destiny building. If it has been just a promise, now I can assure you that this investment, especially for this cohort, is really destiny building. Destiny building. To IREX, your care, your coordination, and your belief in each of us turned logistics into lifelines and schedules into successes. To the embassies across our beloved continent, we want to thank you for recognizing the sparks in our communities and helping them to find flame in the US. To the various facilitators, I can't mention them because there were so many. I can only see a few here. I can see Katie here, over there. I can see Sarah all over here, and a few others. And to all of you for providing academic coursework and mentorship to us, we want to say thank you from the deepest of our hearts. To the families and friends who hosted us and the entire communities of Charlottesville and Williamsburg, we are deeply indebted to you for opening your doors to us and for creating a bond with us that will last forever. And now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to call on the Presidential Precinct team to stand up. Thank you. To the Presidential Precinct team, we want to sincerely thank you for being more than staff. Thank you for being our family. From every workshop to every check-in, every smile in the hallway, and every detail behind the scenes, we admire your humility. Like, honestly, we admire the humility of these people. You responded to fellows who were locked out at hours when you needed to be sleeping. That was humility of the highest order. You drove all the way to find and pick up fellows who lost their way back. The knock you gave us on our doors each time you needed us in class will not be forgotten. Every time you are in your room trying to just catch a nap, you'll hear Grace or Asa, "Start getting ready for class. Start getting ready for class." That knock, I can assure you, was not annoying. It was actually a call to rise, to show up, and it reminds us that to be able to succeed in life, to be able to progress and achieve all your goals, one must show up. So we thank you for that knock. You fed us well and made us feel at home. You encouraged us, you advised us, you mentored us. The stories we heard about the Presidential Precinct being the best institute were confirmed by your actions. You are part of our journey now, woven into our purpose and forever part of our stories. And on that note, all of us, the 23 of us, will be sadly saying bye, not only to the Presidential Precinct team, but to everyone that is here, to all the people of the United States of America. And we hope that by God's grace, we shall be able to see each other. We are disconnected by body, but we shall still remain connected by spirit. We shall still get in touch, and that we shall continue to push each other up. We shall continue to give you feedback on the various progress that we'll be making. Ladies and gentlemen, at this particular moment, I want to call upon Madam Toyosi to just come over here. Madam Toyosi, you are that person who comes to stay with us when our hearts are burdened and we are weary. You are that person that has always given us a push and always challenged us to be better than we are. You come to stay for a while with us. You raise us up so that we can walk on mountains. You raise us up so that we can walk on stormy seas. And when we are with you, and through your leadership, we know that we can do more than we can. And for your professional leadership, your exemplary personality and attitude, for your resilience, today, we want to honor you. Madam Kajatu, please. I want to thank you for this privilege that was given to me to make a few remarks on behalf of my fellow fellows. May God bless all of you. I thank you.
July 24th, 2025, the Virginia Accord on a Declaration of Dependence. Whereas we, the peers, moved by friendship and camaraderie, acknowledging that among us peers are leaders of the African continent, of today and for tomorrow, and recognizing the importance of collaboration in developing the strengths of one and all peers, and accepting that we are stronger together than we are as disjointed parts of a supposedly whole thing, and embracing that we have developed strong bonds by the virtue of being assembled together at the same places, for the same time, for the same purpose, and declaring without reservation our desire to create a platform to enhance our cooperation, collaboration, and ensure common benefit, thus now collectively affirm that we commit by our conscience and honor to be bound by the following principles. With respect to mutual cooperation, the peers shall closely collaborate towards the attainment of shared and separate goals, with each peer contributing to the effort and benefiting from the outcome. With respect to solidarity, the peers shall ensure unity of purpose and shall stand in firm support of one another and in all times of difficulty, affliction, and challenge. When called, the peers, to the best of their abilities, shall extend themselves in assistance, providing aid and support as needed. With respect to equality and equity, all peers are equal, and no peer shall be more equal than another. No heed shall be paid to gender, sex, race, religious beliefs, nationality, ethnicity, or other distinction in the enjoyment of any benefits or privileges arising from this accord. Every peer shall be guaranteed an equal voice in all proceedings and an equal right to assistance and an equal right to access resources and an equal treatment from all peers. The peers hereby establish an alliance to be called the collective, through which these principles shall be applied for the benefit of all peers. The collective shall strive to meet regularly to maintain and cultivate the bonds of peerage, for history has shown that distance and absence are the common culprits of severed ties. For the principle of mutual cooperation, the collective shall set annual goals by consensus, and all peers shall strive to accomplish these to the best of their abilities. And with respect to the principle of occuper la parvoie, all peers commit to actively seek, by just and moral means, to acquire positions of power and influence in their respective areas of interest, in their countries, in their regions, and anywhere that fate and the God of fate may lead them. Furthermore, the peers commit to use this power for the good of humanity and society as a whole. The peers, where possible, shall leverage their powers and influence to advance the just causes of other peers and channel the collective as a conduit for transformative change. May all gathered bear witness. These are the affirmations and the unanimous declaration of the 2023-2025 Fellows of the Mandela Washington Fellowship at the Presidential Precinct. Thank you.